It's showtime. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Friday night. This week, finally, we're going to finish that SCX-10.3 Builder's Kit. So, I have, since we did it the first week, and I was going to finish it the next week. But the next week, Nicole and I had the banana ball from Savannah Bananas. So we went and did that instead. And then the next week was last week, and I got my new laser. So we did the shop live stream. And now we're back. We're going to get this thing finished. I think I blacked out as to where we were on. I remember we built all the links. We got the axles attached to the chassis. So we're through that. Transmission. Bag F is where we're at, I believe. If you don't remember what we were doing, we have built this so far. I need to turn my stop down. Hold, please. So we don't have these focus situations. Okay, sorry. So we built this so far. SCX-10.3 with straight axles. Links are built, which are weird on this. And yeah, so we are now going to start bag F, which is the transmission. Get through this. What body are you going to be putting on this chassis? I don't know. I've got a box of bodies that I could use. I need this for a project and a testing situation. So I need it running. I don't really care what it looks like, but I need it running. So yeah. Why, how are the links weird? That is a great question. I'll cover that in a second. Blind Guy, thank you very much. Hey, man. Hope all's well. I finally said no more to underbrand 3D printers. Got myself down to P1S, AMS combo. It's older, yes, but yeah, I mean, their tech is great. It really is. And it's just the way to go. You can try and fight it and save a little bit here and there, but honestly, it's more of a pain, and it's worth it to just we're going to skip the transmission part and just slam a VFD in it. I know, but no, I'm going to just try and keep this simple so that I can test when I need to test. But yeah, anyway, the question that was above, why are the links weird? So what is so weird about this? For one, these are turnbuckle style links, which I think is the worst idea on a crawler. It's absolutely unneeded, and it's a massive pain in the ass to assemble. So that sucks. It's got then the flats that are machined in them for that, which I also don't like. Then it's got this taper that tapers down before the rod end to a smaller diameter than the rod end, rather than just keeping it fatter so that it matches to the rod end better and gives you less hang up points. The other thing about tie rod style links, which what I mean by that is a turnbuckle style links, is that one side is reverse threaded. We don't really adjust crawler links in a way that you would ever do that or need that. Just make the link the right length so that you build it and then you're done. Well, it's like on this one, there's links with these gaps that are made. So like, see that gap there on that link? And like, sorry, how much room there is between the rod end and the end of the link. And we've got it there. That link specifically is the bad one. And then the lower links in the rear, high clearance, right? No problem with that at all. But if you're going to do a high clearance link, it definitely shouldn't be a turnbuckle style, because you're not going to be cranking a bent link like a turnbuckle. Doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that is why building the links on this was one of the lesser enjoyable tasks that I've run into in a while. Also, the drag link on this is a weird length. You see like the gaps in the, anyway, I was disappointed with the design on that side of this very specifically. Yeah. When ordering Incision Builder's links, do we measure to the beginning of the threads or the end of the whole link? If you're the length of an Incision Builder's link is the whole length of the link from end to end. That's how long it is. I think there's also a image in there that tells you how to determine what the overall length or the eye to eye length will be as well, which is basically the link plus 15 millimeters. So yeah, that, hope that answers that. RC Garage 56, thank you very much. Thanks for answering that. No problem at all. I don't think they thought one through. I honestly don't think that they did either. I think I absolutely, some people won't. This is a personal preference issue, but turnbuckle style links on a crawler do not belong. Line in the sand. Would you recommend a FlySky G11P? Want to get my first non-RTR remote for trailing? Absolutely. That's what I run, because I run the G11P. I've got nicer FlySkys as well. I've got a Noble here. I prefer the G11P. It's super easy to program. The receivers are cheap. It's light. It works great. It has 11 channels, and it comes with the receiver with 11 slots. So if you wanted to use every single channel, you could. For the price, it's great. I've got nothing but good things to say about that radio. I have not been a fan of FlySky for a very long time. And then when that G11P was announced, I was like, I'm interested in that. The cost, what it has, everything about it, I want to try it. And I tried it, and it was fantastic. So that right now is my go-to radio. I've got that radio is much more expensive. I've got a 10PX Futaba I don't use because I just use that FlySky. So I don't know where it's at right now, but it's around. But the sense says potate to dominate. Should I put that in here? I should. I shall. We're going to potate in this rig as well. I got extra receivers for it. I don't know if I got extra GPSs. I don't believe so. They asked me if I wanted to cover this. I was like, sure. But I'm going to need some extra receivers. What is this one? Oh, that's just telemetry wire stuff. Damn it. No extra GPS. I was hoping that we had that. That's okay. That's okay. If you're not potating, then you're not dominating. I see that the Spectrum has a 10-channel receiver, and I made that try. Well, how much is a new 10-channel receiver from Spectrum? I'm scared to hear. So you're saying that the FlySky is better quality than an old Axial? I am. I'm also saying that the FlySky is better quality than the old FlySkys, because those old FlySkys were not good. Hot garbage. $79.99. Wow, has Spectrum come off their crazy horse? Just going to say that because you sell a ton of kits, but not mean you take pride in what you sell. Make the difference in kits between VP and Axial, making the value of thoroughness of the wait. Just because you sell a ton of kits does not mean you take pride in what you sell. Makes the difference. Oh yeah. So like, yeah, just because Axial sells a ton of kits doesn't necessarily mean. There is part of that, I think. I think that some of this is just, they've got designers that are just RC car designers. They're not like crawler designers specifically or whatever. And I don't feel like this was designed by somebody who was real like into, or if it was designed by somebody who's big into crawling, I don't think that they had the ability to make the decisions that got made. I think that they probably got told what they had to do. And if I'm wrong on both of those, and the person who did this wasn't crawling and did make these decisions, then I've got beef. Hey, Brian VP. Did you load filament in the H2C at work? I didn't, because you didn't tell me what you needed, and then I wasn't over there at all today. So no, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to print anything, which we should probably be there for the first print anyway, just to make sure everything is good. Did you use any of the sensors you bought for the G11P telemetry? I purchased a bunch of them, but I have yet to install them. Oh yeah, the Swig off-road Rockabilly, it has a temperature sensor on the actual motor, like the face of that brushless outrunner motor. So it's got one that sits right inside of that board. It's got a temperature sensor inside of the heat shrink of the oh wait, no, it wasn't on that. I didn't end up using that ESC. I've got 2 temperature sensors. What's the other one on? Damn it, I don't remember. Anyway, I've got 2 temperature sensors in there. I've got an RPM sensor that is pointing directly at the front drive shaft. I've got, damn, I can't remember what else I put in there. I put a bunch of telemetry in that thing to really try and test out telemetry sensors, which was fun. I enjoyed that, especially the temp. Oh, I did 2 voltage telemetry sensors. Yeah, for a first print, we should watch. Remember, Josh, you don't need that. I just got done telling Jeremy that. We just got a brand new Bamboo H2C, and I installed it at the office rather than bringing it to my house. I was like, I don't have room, so I got it from Bamboo graciously, and I decided, like, rather than trying to put it here, I took it to the office so we could use it there. But yes, a watch printer never prints. What are the sensors for the Fly Sky? So I bought a bunch, so I think I have a bunch of extras. What is this one? Oh, that's a telemetry adapter. So like this one here is, which one is this? Oh, I didn't end up using this one. This one is a Hall effect RPM sensor. So this little piece here, this little black thing on the end, it's got a little inductance loop. And then you see these 2 tiny little, see those 2 little magnets that are sitting in there on the side of this? They're just loose, but those little magnets you put on an item that rotates, and this sensor will track as that magnet passes it, and it will tell you and detect the RPMs that something is running. So I bought that one. These are voltage, I believe. Yes, these are 2 voltage telemetry sensors. So you can test the voltage of anything. One nice thing, you don't need telemetry sensors for everything. The Fly Sky receivers are actually built to have voltage telemetry put into them without any adapter. But if you want to run multiples, then you do need a telemetry sensor. These are temperature sensors. So there's a little loop there at the end. Hard to see. That little red thing, you push that or put that up against something, and these will send temperature data back to it. And receivers. This is the lighting kit stuff. I think that's all that I have left. There's the other type of RPM sensor that uses, it's an optical sensor. So it's got two LEDs, or one's an LED and one's a sensor, and it emits, and then the reflection comes back into the other one and it counts those. All kinds of fun. I love telemetry. Data is amazing. And it was actually so helpful to have it on that Swig rig, because I was testing that Unity 10, if you guys remember, which is the 10th scale Outrunner 2-in-1 system from Puritech. And it was getting wild hot. So like I would watch the temperature on my radio, and I could see when I was getting into like a danger zone, and I would have to back out, you know, and then try and let it slowly cool. I was actually crawling with Gigawatt Ryan in here and Snickle Fritz RC, who I don't know his actual name. I just know him as Snickle Fritz. So, yeah. Dr. President Buck Dandy. So why do you think the Axial Pro didn't do as well? It seemed like a decent platform. I mean, it's no VRD Pro. I think that the SCX10 Pro never did as well. So it came out at the same time, basically, as the Vanquish VRD Carbon did, and the Red Cat Ascent at the same time. So I believe that when the SCX10 Pro came out, it was slightly more or the same as the VRD Carbon. The VRD Carbon had carbon fiber rails. It had portals, all machine gears in the transmission. It was, you know, and just overall, like, I feel like it was a better car. And I think that the sales of things like that kind of went that way. And then if anybody was on the fence, the Red Cat Ascent came from the other side of the market and gave people a much cheaper option. That was RTR. So I think that it was just like, I think that they fell into a point where it didn't have portals. And I think portals in that market were what people wanted for the most part. And that just did. Yeah. So I think that was part of it. Also, the axles on that SCX10 Pro with the tubes got sloppy. I don't think that it just had some things about it that were weird, and I don't think that it ever was going to do as well. Yeah. So bad timing and marketing. I think that his name is Nick. Fritz is silent. I think that the choices that were made just kind of stacked against it, you know. I feel like proprietary and non-backwards compatibility kills kits. That's a great point as well. While it used the same gears, you know, the axles were unique and completely different. You know, like you didn't have a lot of backwards compatibility from other parts. The transmission was its own. It was kind of clunky. Yeah. The 3-piece axles were a problem. Yeah, they were a problem for a lot of people, for sure. RTR and good platform for a starter. The Ascent did that. Not the challenge build. I'm out. You're right, Vittorio. I haven't started on that, and I'm not going to start on that on a live stream because my approach is so outside the box that I don't think you're going to be able to handle it thinking about it all weekend. I think it'll ruin your entire weekend. This build challenge we're doing at work. So, okay, I'm going to get working on this. Otherwise, we're never going to finish this stupid car. We're doing a build challenge at work. It's myself, Vittorio, Michael Pham, Brandon, Dan, and Jim, as well as Steve. Now, is Steve going to build his own car? Absolutely not. But let's double check. I assume we're starting with bag F1. You never know. We are. Anyway, and it's a on-road challenge, basically. We're doing a slalom, a oval run, and then like an all-out race as well. Who the hell is Steve? Steve is one of the original founders. He is also the CFO. So, anyway, it's getting pretty serious though. I'm gonna tell you, the office is ablaze with excitement over this. Everyone's trying to come up with their own advantage for this and that, and it's getting pretty out of hand. Speaking of F1, so it is slamming on its nuts and slicks. So can't put it on slicks because it has to use, the parts have to be Vanquish parts. So we have to use parts from our catalog, current production parts, or not like available or could be available in the future still. Like even if they're out of stock, like they may, a customer will have a chance to buy them still at some point. That counts. Like old parts that are never coming back, those do not count. So, you know, basically it's got to be our axles, because you can't build a, you know, there's no axle you can build from us that has an open diff. So there is no axle. You know, we never made, like, you can't use, so like it's gonna be a spooled axle. That's it. Catalog, like the Sears catalog. Team FAM. Now FAM is definitely homologated parts only. Yes, basic homologated parts only. No 3D printing is allowed. So 850 hubs, wide and low. So yeah, I'm going to use H10 axles for the width. Does it have to stay four-wheel drive? Nope, it does not have to stay four-wheel drive. There are only a handful of us that are in. Pause. People would try to do a Vanquish build with no Vanquish axles, and that's not right. Well, like, it's like that they would try and use Vanquish axles, like, but an axle we made for a different vehicle, like an AR60 axle. While we did make AR60 axles, we made AR60 gears, we never made diff cups or spider gears for it. So you couldn't make an AR60 axle into a open diff with Vanquish parts. You would have to use other people's parts. That is not allowed. So four-wheel drive will be the fastest. Four-wheel drive, I'm staying four-wheel drive. Not everybody is staying four-wheel drive, though. I'll tell you that. I already know for a fact that not everybody is four-wheel drive. Now, I am concerned mainly by the driving ability of FAM and Vittorio. So put a G-made spider body on it. That is not a Vanquish body. That would never be allowed. Also, absolutely not. When are we going to get an official Vanquish donk? When is the H10 kit coming back into stock? I think it's May. I think they'll be back in stock in May. So, oh, bummer. I just had 4 different VP trucks. That absolutely blows. Vehicle get broken into? Usually how that happens. That sucks. Does it have to be 4-wheeled? It doesn't have to be 4-wheeled. It could be 3-wheeled or it could be 6-wheeled, 6 times the traction. But you would have to make it work with all Vanquish parts, which would be difficult to do. No axle internals and drone models on all 4 corners. Electronics or spec. We all have the exact same motor, ESC, and servo. We can use our own radio, but motor, ESC is all spec. So not an option. Jim is about to make some wild parts for this challenge. He is not, because that's not allowed. No, there is no custom milling or fabrication. And honestly, it's not because of Jim. They're worried about me doing it. Because, you know, while Jim could, I don't know that Jim would. Yes, my windshield was. I've never heard of anybody going through the windshield. Wow. No, sounds right. 6 times the traction, 6 times the push. Think Bonneville Salt Flats Racer. The problem is we have to turn. And so, and again, has to be a Vanquish body, you know, the whole deal. Are you going upside down portals? That was a thought. We all discussed that. However, since we have a spec motor and ESC, we only have so many gearing options as well. I don't think that we could ever get the gear ratio back into it if running portals. So it would be like it would just be way too slow. So you basically have to stay. 3D printing is too easy to bend. Yeah, exactly. That's why we can't do any 3D printing. So yeah, we oh shit. Well, it doesn't say what. Oh, there we go. Okay, in this view it shows it. These instructions are not great. So we run a regular size and then a, oh wow, what is it? 218 is a 5x10x4. Yeah, that's that one. And then this gear. And then we run a 1213. Oh my God. So we got these two bearings. One is a 5x8x2.5, and the other one is a 4x8x3. That is weird. Those are some weird bearing sizes. Spec electronics, but you can use multiple motors. Nope, we each get one set. Vittorio said no welding either. Well, that wasn't a rule. As long as you were welding Vanquish parts together, you could do that because that is not in the rules. But I don't have any plans on doing that. So I'm just saying not to, so that Vittorio can sleep well at night. I have no intentions of welding at this point. If something happens, then it happens. Battery limit. The spec motor and ESC that we are running, it basically is limiting the battery, because if you ran more than 2S, it would smoke it. Vittorio stacked the rules to building an apartment. All I can think about is what loopholes can we find. Oh yeah, exactly. Direct drive could be a thing if you could made it in a way that's to say that now, because it's not an all-out speed race, you know, you got to make sure that you can control it still. So I think that doing direct drive would not be beneficial. So I'm not going to go direct drive. It was definitely a thought. The other thought in the same vein that I had was, okay, let's reduce it as much as we can. Let's go rear wheel drive only, and I will mount the spur gear directly to the input of the rear axle. So I would take and I would mount that spur gear with the slipper eliminator onto the output shaft of the drive shaft of the pinion, because I think I could make it happen with just the parts we have. But I was just like, I don't know. It seemed, I honestly don't, I think I don't think it's enough. I think we need some gear. Who is the best race dash drift driver? Drift would be Vittorio. Race might be Fam. Fam is a good racer. Can you modify VP parts? Put a stubby kit and a pinion on the trans input. Put a stubby kit and a pinion on the trans input. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that one. Put a stubby kit and a pinion. That would be like just do a pinion, 2 pinions rather than pinion spur. 3-gear trans is likely the move, because the problem is that the VFD, you can't get it to 0% overdrive, and I don't want any overdrive for this one specifically. So who's going to record these shenanigans? It will be a production at work. So we will all be involved in the making of the official video. So yeah, it's going to be fun. For someone who's never built a 10 scale but modded quite a few 24 and 18 scale crawlers, would you recommend going with a pre-built clone SCX2 before trying the SCX-10 Builders Kit? No, don't buy clones. They're generally just going to cause you more headaches than anything. I would absolutely stay away from that. If you're set on buying an SCX-10 Builders Kit, just buy the SCX-10 Builders Kit. Where is my DeWalt? My red one, my 2 mil. Is it down in the garage? Shh. Okay. I have spares. But yeah, don't buy a clone, especially for any reason. Definitely stay away. We forgot to tell Dan to record horizontal. Oh God, I forgot. Oh, live on the member side. Did I forget to end it? No, I remembered. The girls are doing part of the beauty challenge, or what did you call it? Show and shine. Show and shine. So how's the wife doing? Oh, not fantastic. She's getting through. Why do I have a bearing left? I shouldn't have a bearing left, I'm guessing. How much do you shorten the wheelbase on the short Terra Recon? I believe it's about 15 millimeter. This was here. Yep. Forgot the top shaft bearing. Like always. Exactly. Like always. It's fine. You're fine. I caught it. I only got 1 screw in. Somehow, man. Somehow. It's in DeWalt is in the trash can. Oh, God. Weight reduction, who cares? Feels okay. All right, so this is a dig trans, which now we need bag F3. We're on step F3 using bag F3. Oh my goodness, no way. Not always the case. Is the shock standing straight up leaning back slightly? Wait, what? Is the shock? Oh, you guys must be having a different conversation or something. Oh, you're talking about the Terra Recon when you shorten it. I believe that it's roughly straight up. I believe. Brian did assemble one with the shortened. He actually did the link testing for me. for the shortened kit, because I did help James get that dialed in. And we'll I'll hopefully have those short wheelbase link sets available on the site in the next week. Did you Loctite the trans instead of grease? I did not. No, this is grease. Did make me question. Bravo, but no. So now this guy is going to go in yonder. We got to assemble all of this. Is this symmetric? Looks somewhat similar. Reading the manual is hard. Didn't know there was. Let's see if we can yeet an E-clip. I'm usually pretty good. It was that spring clip out of those shocks that I haven't recovered yet. Done. Yonder in the holler. Listen. Now I didn't grow up much in the holler, people. We called those ravines for the most part, where I grew up. Go play in the ravine. Did a lot of playing in the ravines though. So much fun. Okay, am I missing anything else? Probably a bearing, right? Yep, there's a bearing. Oh, I have to assemble this, I would imagine. Why does it show? Where does it show assembling that? Oh, up here. So weird. God, not a fan of this manual. We played in the creek. We played in the creek a lot. Yep. That was absolutely that. I grew up as a creek kid. It wasn't until later in my life that I realized it was creek. Like, I'm gonna go play in the creek. Let me tell you, we had 2 creeks on our property, and my brother and I, you know, time as a kid doesn't compute the same way as it does an adult, but it sure seemed like we've spent hundreds of hours in that creek. Josh, do you like the KM3 BF Goodrich 1.9 tires? Not personally. Not a big KM3 fan. I like the KR2s. It still says rough. I do still say rough. I've corrected myself on crick and across, like across the street. There's no T. So I've corrected that regional dialect. I do still say pop rather than soda or Coke. I still just say pop. That's still my thing. Is the air compressor turned off? No, it's not turned off per se, but the air hose is unplugged. So that kind of counts. KM3 full size and small size 5 EVA. No, I reject that reality. I don't mind KM3s in the full size world, but I do not like it in the RC world. I said across for way too long. Pop is the only correct way to say. Yeah, exactly. The Midwest sensibilities are what makes you so love. Off the chase. What's taking so long? Dave, I don't know. Maybe because I would like the sound of my own voice too much, and I end up just doing a lot of talking instead of building. Do you say hella now? Sadly, I have been caught saying hella on a handful of occasions. So yes, I can say that this area has rubbed off on me in some ways with their own version of their regional dialect. I can't say that I'm, big into the hyphy movement, but we got him. That's okay. I've been fighting with this dude in Star for 3 hours now. Oh man. I scanned Vittorio's drift car last night, or drift car. Soon to in the future be considered a drift car. Oh God. Damn it, I hate this thread. What's hella? Hella is like a lot. Hella? Okay, boomer. The hell is a hyphy movement? It's a music thing. Hyphy music is a Bay Area heavy music. It's not as popular now, but it's still popular. Hyphy is the best. Oh, it just. Here we go. Close enough. Get out of there. Hella is like a grip. Yeah, like yeah. It's like I got hella speakers in my car, or like I got a grip of speakers. Yeah. Damn it. Just knocking over everything. Jackwagon. Okay. Now, which way does this go? This goes the other way. Is this symmetrical? Yes, it is. Hyphy is why the town car getting sounds in 13s. No 13s. The town car is still, once I get the subs done, once I get all the stereo stuff done, I'm going to consider going to 24s. Jackwagon. Never heard Jackwagon? Okay. That kid's so nuts. Spinners win. I don't have spinners money. Okay. Like, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Percentage dollar subs. What? Haven't heard Jackwagon. Hella is a Northern California slang term originated in the late 70s, early 80s, specifically Oakland, meaning very, really, or a lot of. Oh, the original Spreewells. I didn't need to learn that. Hella. I'm just, when I moved out here, I think it was the ASD guys specifically, like, we're going to get you to say hella. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to start saying hella. And then it just crept into my dialect. I don't know how it happened. All right, we are on step F4, using bag F4. Jackwagon is used here in Michigan all my life. I don't know if jackwagon is a regional term or not. I feel like it's just been around. Ellie has a way of getting to you. A country boy can hella survive. I don't remember who sang "Country Boy Can Survive." Is that a Hank song? I don't know. But oh, you know what's interesting is that in the manual it calls for black grease on these transmission gears, but they only give you green. So I must have done that wrong, or they didn't proof their manual. Hey, it is a Hank. Yeah, Junior. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure, but let's get some IFR spinners. Oh, I'm on board for that. An IFR bearing supported. I like it. I like it. Oh, why do you drink? Why do you roll slow? Why do you listen to songs? Great song. That song, anytime that comes in the car, Nicole is screaming that song. She loves that song. She knows all the retorts to all of them. I don't know why. Oh, you know what I should do is just move this back down to the lower screen so I don't have to keep doing this the whole time. I wondered why I was so uncomfortable and annoyed. Who made the spinners for the T-Max? Man, I don't remember. I remember seeing them in the magazines all the time, right? That was the time frame when I was getting into RC, 2004. And those things were, I mean, I think Proline even had some spinners. So, what type of music is your genre? My music taste is absolutely schizophrenic. Honestly, it's so all over the place. From like, oh, of course you can't put that on once it's already installed. You have to put it on install. I'll listen to some Big X the Plug, and then some 90s country right after that. Some 90s alternative, one of my favorites. It just, if I just went to my YouTube super mix, you guys just be like, what? 80s hair bands. No, not for that one's not that one. You won't find as much on mine. I was more of like a Nirvana than a Metallica. I still like Metallica, but like Twisted Sister, probably gonna find that. White Snake. I mean, I know some of them. AC/DC. Insane. ICP. I did listen to a decent amount of ICP. I graduated in 86. See, I graduated in 2001. Then like Nelly and Eminem, of course, that he listens to the Cranberries. I've listened to the Cranberries. I don't mind the Cranberries. I'm not gonna lie. I have to go. I left my Cranberry CD in the library. That's a Clueless reference for anybody who didn't know. Mike Jones. What's Mike Jones' phone number? Quick. 800. Hit Mike Jones up on the low, because Mike Jones about to blow. Bruno Mars. I went to high school with Vanilla Ice. What? I listened to Vanilla Ice growing up. We're the same age. Some good and some trash 90s music. That's true. Red jumpsuit apparatus. I do not know. I don't know that one. All right. Transmission. I don't have a servo for this. So Oh, it does come with a lockout plate, does it? Yeah, yeah. We're gonna install that guy. Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't mind Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't mind some Darius Rucker. Motorhead. I don't know if I probably know Motorhead songs, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you one. With that town car, should be listening to American Standards. I don't know who that one is. Might listen to some Box Tops though. There you go, from the 20s. There you go. Give me a ticket for an airplane. Ain't got no time to take a fast train. Take for an airplane. You got time to take a fast train. Lonely time to go. I'm a going home. Hey, wrote me a letter. Need some infectious grooves. The time. Ace of Spades? Probably not. Copyright strike. You know what? I'm guessing I was far enough off that I'll be safe on that one. All right, we installed the lockout on this, so we don't need to worry about the rest of these individual pieces because I don't have that very specific servo. Base attack. Car show music. Come for the wrenching, stay for the karaoke. Let's just, I'm going to keep the volume off, but I'm going to turn my, let's see, Texas Big X the Plug is on there right now. Some Mexican OT, another one of my ones that I like currently. Make sure my volume's down. So this is just my YouTube super mix. So you got Party Rock Anthem. What's that say? Tempo. Imagine Dragons. Joyner Lucas, don't mind it. J. Cole I like as well. Titanium, David Guetta. There's some Radiohead for you. Yeah, it's there's my radio. There's a look at my holy crap ass music list. Imagine. Josh's music taste is turning me into a music snob. Party rock. I'm, spur gear cover, we definitely don't need that. Pinion, we probably will. We'll be keeping those items. But well, let's say if we were traveling somewhere together, we would not be listening to your playlist. That's true, because if you've heard stories about me traveling, I often travel with no music on. Bloodhound Gang. This is crazy because I listen to music when I drive alone at times, not always off. I'm sure Ice Cream Paint Job is in there for sure. Now, I guess so that's YouTube's like super mix, like what it thinks that I would like. I think that if I selected my liked music list and showed you the music that I have liked, like listened to and physically hit the like button, it might be even more offensive to some of you. G1. Oh, wow. Look at this. What in the world? We've been going through now. After we get done with the Fs, we go to G1A. And then we have G1B, G1C, which is what? So, oh my God, this manual is just the worst. G1A uses bag G1. See it, the tiny little text right there? G1. Then you have the next page. G1B uses bag G2. G1C, G3. Then step G2, still using bag G3. I don't know who decided that this manual was well set up. There will be a generational gap in music when you know what? I actually don't know what Matt's music taste is. It's just Trans-Siberian Orchestra and Mariah Carey. I have no idea. Let's be in Sacramento transplant and lover of 2000s hip hop. I'm surprised to not see any Brother Lynch. Yeah, you know, I don't know that I don't know that I know it. I don't know. Simon and Garfunkel. Matt has to be hardcore EDM. Now, I do enjoy some like house trap as well. I'll listen to that specifically while I'm like working because I don't focus on lyrics or things like that. So Matt listens to ABBA, Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra. Was it, what was her name? Nora something, Nora Roberts. Okay, where are we at? I've installed that out of that bag. That doesn't match at all. Okay, that does match. Yes, we're safe. G1B now, rear drive shaft. Bag G2. Why not just call it step G2 then anyway? Why is it G1B? Despise what they did with this manual. That's some Bing Crosby. Did you hear Scale Times West of Cisco was canceled? The location has been, yes, canceled. I was aware that this was going to happen for quite some time now. And was just waiting for it to like officially happen. But yeah. David Allan Coe. I've listened to some David Allan Coe. I'm well aware of David Allan Coe's music, especially growing up. You know, what's the David Allan Coe? What was he's got to be the most problematic, right? Joe Diffie, David Allan Coe. There's some dubstep polka. Are you going to G6? Am I going? Bag G6 is probably coming up pretty soon. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about a G6 event somewhere? Taylor Swift. What was it? Fate of Ophelia. Not a terrible song from Taylor Swift. I'm just gonna say, There's also like a rock version of it that is actually also very good. I'll listen to a wide variety. I bet they can PLBTF. I don't know. I sure hope not. I hope we hear something about it soon. Let's see. And now we know Josh is a Swiftie. Hey, I'm not a Swiftie, but like I don't mind. There's some music from her that I don't mind. Sean Payne, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I don't know. I wish it would tell me who gets them too, because that would be cool. But thank you very much again, Sean. Much appreciated. All I can think of right now is Bloodhound King's Falco intro. I'm starting to lose some respect for you. Are you a believer? I don't know that there's any specific Bieber songs that I can think of that I was a big fan of. I mean, he was on some songs in the day that I remember thinking were fine songs. Steve D, thank you very much as well for gifting a membership. Very, very nice of you guys. Much appreciated. Okay. Oh. Building drive shafts is not a ton of fun. Dart, starting to see why you drive in silence. I drive on the phone a lot. I worked crew and spotlight for a Taylor Swift show, Red Tour. That's kind of rad. That seems like that had to be pretty wild. It says in the chat who gets, you know what? I am not on the YouTube platform. I'm on through StreamYard, so it doesn't tell me here. That is interesting. That isn't. Taylor Swift is the Yoko Ono of the Chiefs. You know, going with some empirical data, you might not be wrong. You know, that new I don't know if that I've heard the new Kanye. Now, I will say I'm a big old Kanye fan. Like old Kanye, that was some of the best. But, you know, Skrillex, there you go. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. It was a great show, like her or not. It was a professional operation. That's what I mean, just the logistics of an operation as big as she runs, insanity. Like, you have to respect it. I mean, you don't have to, but you should. I'm not saying you have to like her music. It's one of those things that I notice is for some reason at night, I get a ton of Instagram reels that are all music based. Like if you've ever noticed, like your Instagram algorithm will change by time of day. Like when I see the most problematic things, also at night. Some 05 to 07 Kanye, yeah. I mean, that's some of the best. Like some of the best music. Overall, not just the time. Okay, now we put the transmission and drive shafts together and then in the chassis. Here it is. Probably putting that in just to blast Yoko. I don't know that I know any of the songs that Yoko was a part of. While I don't mind the Beatle, it's not my particular flavor of music. I'm very picky. I probably missed it, but what is the plan with this thing? I can't say yet. When you see it, you'll know. I need to have it done for another. It's not, I don't need this for it. I need it for another video that requires it, basically. So you'll see that later this month. Yeah, later this month. I don't have to use this car, but this one, or like maybe a Traxxas could have worked as well. Yes, Josh talking in circles to not give anything away. That is exactly right. I shall not give anything away. And so we're on step G3. Therefore, we're using bag G4. Obviously. Remember the 3 a.m. Pure Mood infomercial? Sure. I also remember the REO Speedwagon infomercial for their greatest hits. Ooh. Does the optic benefit from a sway bar? Not in my opinion. It depends on what you're going to use it for, but I'd never run a sway bar on a crawler. Never. If you're running a rig that has trailing arms, then it makes sense. But I never ran a trailing arm in a real crawler. Like a bomber, I wouldn't really call a bomber a crawler. And so, but yeah. No. Oh. I made a mistake. Any of you guys know what I did? I'll give you a second. Trailing arms do really work well on an optic. They can, although it's not the proper geometry for a trailing arm. A trailing arm, the arm itself should be parallel to each other. They shouldn't have triangulation like an optic does. Skid plate backwards, that is exactly correct. God damn it. You have to take so much apart to get to this stupid skid plate. Maybe I just put in the transmission backwards. Does it matter? Does it? Outputs. No, outputs are going to be crossed up as shit. God. This is what happens when you build on live videos. The pain is real. Oh, I don't want to disassemble half this stupid truck for this. I'm so mad right now. Go get a beer. I didn't have time to get beer on the way home tonight. Nice one, dummy. Reverse the motor. I looked at that, but then the drive shaft angle will be absolutely borked. Oh, sure. Blame us. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Oh, wait. Does that have the split rails? No, it doesn't. It's one-piece rails. But I had to take all the links off. Then I had to... Damn it. I have to get this done, though. I need this stupid thing running. Ugh. I'm so mad. Geoguessr time. G made Gomrim too. Oh God, that was the worst kit I ever assembled. I remember. Just take one side. That I know how to do it. It's just like, and take all the links off still. God damn it. This usually this somehow isn't. I'm so mad that I did that. It's just like these axles aren't. Geoguessr, but we were guessing how far Josh throws the chassis. We had that, and now we have to take. I'm definitely just forcing these frame rails apart. Now that comes off entirely. Dan is at the drift track. Maybe I'll make Dan swing by here, pick it up on his way home, and finish it for me. Pay him $50. We're not laughing at you. You're just in your general direction. Oh God. So upper links pull through the God, these set screws do not want to come off these tips. I'm not reading this. You can get up and walk away. God damn it. Squints. Hey Josh, you going to upload the latest IJ files this weekend? Yes. The rear battery setup and the interior stuff. Yeah. Let me go ahead and just oh, that's good. It's still attached. Do I? I have to take it more apart. I cannot. I don't have anything in here to force it apart enough. I really wish I had a port of power in here right now. Do I have I have to have a pry bar in here, right? I got these Van pliers. Can I get them between? God. That sucks. Will that one alone do it? I'll take this one off too. Maybe those. Can you just loosen the screws? I've loosened. Stupid. I'm so mad. At least you haven't stabbed yourself in the leg yet. Because could be worse. It could be worse. Okay. Let's see. I can't. Should I check that I did it right? Maybe. Am I going to? No. That deserves a like. I should have known. I'm going to go back and read that. I'm going to go back and look at the manual at that step just to see how clear of a mistake I made. Because while I'm not doubting that it's my fault, I'm sure that it says that it shows it. I just want to see if there's any emphasis put on it. Self-caused rework. Outstanding. It's my favorite. It stings the best. Okay. Let's see. Be gentle on that thing. Some unsuspecting swap meet shopper will never know. I'm gonna write something underneath of the skid plate or underneath of the transmission, because you are right. Inevitably, that is where this will end up, but not until next month at least. Sure hope that I got that thing flipped around the right way, because I definitely didn't check that. Okay. Oh, we heard it. You blamed us. I wasn't blaming you. I was blaming myself because I was more engaged with the chat than I was carefully reading instructions. It's so dirty for being blamed. I would be on the floor if you did 360. Okay. Front. I did it right. I lucked out there. You guys missed out on the the most epic crash out I would have ever pulled on this. Bill O'Reilly level crash out. We do it live. Reading instructions? I thought you took pride in not reading instructions. I take pride in not having to read instructions for things that I know very well. This is not one of them that I know very well, obviously. I'm not sure that anybody really knows this manual very well. Well, do these have a phase marker on the shaft? They don't. I wonder if, I bet people are not phasing these drive shafts. I bet that it doesn't even say to phase them in the manual. Oh. Yes, okay, good. You can phase them properly, though. It does allow for it. I've seen drive shafts where like you technically couldn't build them phased properly because the parts just would not line up. Okay. we do it nice because we do it twice. It was a blameless type of blame, steering away from self type. I'm the first to take blame on my own mistakes. I have no problem taking blame. Let me just see if I caused another issue. I'm wondering. Yep. I did. Well, I think that I swapped this slider. Yep. I swapped the internal drive shaft slider front to rear. Isn't phasing them just a normal thing to do? No. I think that you'd find that most people, I would say that most people do not know what phasing a drive shaft is. Most RC people. Because it's not like a naturally intuitive thing to do. It doesn't have, there's not just like unless somebody has taught you or told you from the, at some point, like some people will notice the effects of a not a properly phased drive shaft, but they won't necessarily know why or what's causing it or anything. It's already on there. Shaft phasing is big around here. Let's see. Yep, good. All right, almost there. It's normal to nerds like us. Shit. Even to nerds, it's a learned trick or it's one of those things, like if you don't do it right, the car still runs. What wheels and tires are you going to put on this project? Undisclosed. Top secret. I'll probably check my box for wheels. If I have any built tonight, maybe we'll mount those up. Tires, though, maybe I'll check my other box. Tracks, hard pass. Yeah. Let's see. Setting the knuckles of the drive shafts in the same orient. Oh yeah, the knuckle of the joint of the shaft. Even if they're these aren't technically a real CV type shaft. They look kind of like a CV, but they're not constant velocity. They're technically still a universal joint. And basically you need the features from one end to the other, like the slit portion. You should make sure that they're in the same plane on the drive shaft. So that, because a universal style drive shaft, as it rotates, it has a fast section and a slow section. And if those are aligned properly, they will cancel each other out. it doesn't matter if it's in a perfectly flat line, the joints, all that, they could be out of phase and there'd be no problem. It's when they start misaligning, they need to be in phase. Now, technically, if the drive shaft angle, the output of the angle isn't the same, like if this one's flat and this one's up, the phasing of the shafts will help, but it will not stop that effect. You have to make sure that both outputs are the exact same for it to be actually 100% canceled out, which in RC just isn't really a thing. So it's going to be close. So yeah. Are we building shocks tonight? No, Frank, we're not. Because you might not remember, but building the shocks is the first step in this kit. So we already did it. They're already done. They're already full. They're already built. We do it live. Okay, that's done. That's done. We're putting shocks on. Step G4 using bag G4. We're back. We're back in business. So are we using equal length? Nope. TLR 5910 is a 14 mil with an 18 mil up top. Where do they want these things to go? G4 using G4? Mind blown. Unimaginable. Top row center is which hole it wants it in. Okay. Or. Okay, I'm done. Or. One side. Oh, let's do the other side. That does it say on the rear what shock position? All the way back, it appears. Fine. If any of you guys ever remember, if you did, assemble the original SCX-10-3 kit, and even some of the ones after that, you remember putting the screws into the shock towers? And they had used, the plastic they had used was like, it was either way too hard or their tolerance on their screws was off. But it would like scream as you put the screws in. Like, just, oh, it was awful. Had to tap mine. Yeah, that was it was wild. It's like, God. They've, being that they moved this kit production to China now, there's definitely some difference in materials compared to previous. But I wouldn't say that shock mount material change is a bad thing. Unless, I guess unless it breaks. Oh, come on. Pile. Single shear shock mount. That definitely felt like it was about to impale my own hand. Let's see. I just had a shock mount screw snap off with the threads left embedded in the otherwise perfectly good AR. Well, looks like you're going to be doing some shock tuning in some different holes. Where's the other shock? There's no way. Where is the fourth shock? There's no way. There is no shot. Chief knocked this box over the other day. Did he? You got to be kidding me. Here's a screw that came out of it. No. There's no place else it can be. I didn't take one out for any reason, right? Is this the V2 kit? Yes. I mean, I know I built all four. Like, God. Didn't you clean? Yes. But was that before? Or was that... No, there's no way I threw away a shock. Like, there's no way. We're continuing on. I'll solve this problem later. Right after my eye stops twitching. This is what I get. I don't know. How did I lose a shock? Where did it go? Well, that hella sucks. Could Chief have hit it somewhere? I mean, Chief doesn't usually take a shock or something like that. He'll take like a bag like this. Like if there's a bag, he will take it and run. But I had already built the shocks. There's no way it was in a bag. It had to be me. I had to have done, I caused this. Has to be sitting here somewhere. Cat burglar. Check your drawers. It's okay. We're moving on for now. God damn it. So dumb. Go. The sliders click in nicely. It's kind of cool. No. Missing the shock is clearly our fault too. Thank you for taking the blame for it. I didn't want to specifically call you out, but you know, you knew what you did. Is it in the box? There's hardly anything left in that box. Like I would definitely be able to see. Hi, in the Czech Republic. Well, hello from California in the United States. Well, that's not a flathead. These slider bases with slider caps are very similar to the sliders that I had done for the SCX Pro. Give you that smooth bottom, like having a base and then having a thing that slides over and attaches. Full droop on one corner. Yeah, just three-wheel motion. I might as well put the screw into place for those, though, so I don't lose that when I do find it. Just run a single shock in the center of the rear. Just weird. It's with the red driver. Monoshock. It's a whole moto thing now. We need Nicole to walk. It goes right in the He's an RC10 shock reflex. Like the thing is that the shape, like I'm gonna end up having to build 2 shocks to fix it. Let's find the battery tray. Battery tray. It goes up. Oh wait, I gotta put on some other parts, I think, first. Am I on G7? Nope, G6. Still using G6 parts. Well, where's that other piece? Oh, in here. How did... I swear, this whole thing was... One of these shocks is made out of disappearing ink. Shorter. Hi, Mom. See, my mom's in here. Aha. It's Czech Republic on one line. Vakach. Yeah, it's how it's pronounced. Vakach, not... It doesn't sound anything like what it looks like to me, but... And where this one go? It doesn't really matter. It's my battery tray. I'll put whatever size battery I need. Didn't look at those VP shocks anyway. Let's just put, yeah. The thing, it's just like I'm gonna have to build at least 2 new shocks, if not all 4, just to fix my own screw up of losing them. Been quite the list of errors on my part with this truck. iBox incoming. God. Right. Really? Yes, really. She is. That is my mom. She would know. She, all of the lineage of our family, she knows as well. My wife's ancestor was the first U.S. governor. Interesting. We have an ancestor that founded a town in Maryland, Delaware, somewhere up there. So, all right. G7. Is there more? What do I have after G's? Oh, wow. We go up to G11. Hey, G11 is the last step. So now we got our front. That's a rear bumper. Just ram that thing in there for now. Lock it down. Lock it down. So what do you think about the Axial V2 Builder's Kit? I think I liked the V1 better, personally. Yeah. There's some things about this one that I like better. I do like the sliders better. I like the battery tray better. I don't remember if the links were the same turnbuckle style. They probably were. I don't like it. Comes with all these. It comes with this whole weird rear body mount thing. I don't understand why. I guess if you buy one of the other bodies that has it, and then this is the front body mount set, I guess we're going to end up including. I don't know. I think I like the original one better. What is Matt texting me? Oh, Matt's texting me a sim racing. Oh, he's texting me a screenshot from sim racing where he finally was able to beat my time, I guess. He beat me by 1.102 seconds. I'm guessing he's pretty proud of that. I'm going to have to go crush that now after this race. Or this stream. What did you do to the shocks? There's new links and rod end. I don't want to talk. The new links and rod ends. This one builds nice, but the base camp is more versatile as the body mounts. This one builds okay. I wouldn't say that this one builds nice because of the manual being so bad. I don't know that. Well, the worst manual that Axial ever did was the Capra. The original Capra was the worst that was probably one of the worst manuals in RC I've ever done. They did revise it after the release, which is good because it was so bad. It was like it had all of the hardware photos, like these hardware pictures in there, but none of them were to actual scale. It was all wrong. So like none of it was correct. It was the absolute worst. I will install this thing, I guess. But I would say that this is the second worst manual that I've used from Axial. How long are these screws supposed to be? 146 is 12 mil. Wish they would just put the length of it rather than a part number that you have to then go reference. You put the part number up top, put the length on there. Manual is fine if you know how to read. No, this manual is trash. This is one of the worst organized manuals I've seen. This manual is hot garbage. Reading is for nerds. I love a good manual, but this is not it. I'll tell you that. Axial has had some solid manuals in the past, other than that one Capper one. What does Axial's name actually mean, or does it mean anything? It didn't actually. I've heard the story of how they came up with it from the original founders, and there was some logic to why they chose what they chose, but it's not because of an actual meaning. So you won't find a deep story behind that. I think we might have on the live stream where Matt Carney was on. He was one of the originals. He might have told the story of when they picked the name. Funny enough, Element was actually one of the possible names for Axial when it was started. Anyway, this is done. Other than that, it's definitely Geoguessr time. It is 8:18. Wow. Okay. That's not bad. Make sure that I'm not overlooking a single shock sitting anywhere. Like, oh, I was like, it's going to be under Vittorio's F1 body, and it wasn't. So, kind of like Losier, worst SEO. Oh, did 8 have bad SEO? It feels like that one would have had a good SEO because it's so unique. I think if you were going to think of bad SEO, it would have been the Losi XXX. I feel like that one probably had bad SEO. The shocks probably fell off the back of the table into the wires. So my table sits in a corner. So there's like a large area, triangular area behind. Trust me, there's also enough shit right here in front of you that you would have, that to be able to get off the back of the table, it would have had to grow legs and climb a mountain. So it ain't there. This kit was well together as a Snap-on Lego set. That was a fun one. That one was definitely worth remembering. Okay. Really should have stopped and got beer tonight. On the floor, under the desk, all the way. Nope, I can see that entire landscape. We are safe. The one thing I'm concerned with is that I emptied this trash can last night. And I threw away a lot of bags that were from this kit because there was so many bags. I'm slightly concerned. But in the end, like, I guess I just have to build another set of shocks for it. Losing the shock and what happens after taking 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. Time to go check trash cans. I emptied it last night because trash night was today. It's gone. Gonna pull out your EDC flashlight and go hunting? Listen, not, but I do have my light right here. But like I said, that ship has sailed. I'm currently working on making 3 VS410s worse by putting a 3D printed LC250 2019 4Runner and a 2024 Tacoma. LC250 I can get on board with. I actually like that vehicle. I like the 250. I'm here for that one. Do you have some VP shocks in your bins? It's a possibility. I have to start rummaging through. But at this point, I'm going to, once we're off stream, I'm going to do a sanity check and check then, I guess, like around, because I can't believe that I lost it. But it's so dumb. But for those that know, they know, because it is a certain time of the stream where we play a fun little game, a game that helps. There we go. I'm loading up Geoguessr. That's not what I want. Hold, please. There we go. Okay. So add this sanity check. We ain't got none of that. Email Horizon, yeah. Darn. Maybe Geoguessr will have your missing shock. Share screen. We are going to share specifically this one. And I'm going to resize this to maximize the amount of view you get. One of my favorite parts of doing Geoguessr is car spotting in Geoguessr. We're going to do United States because I am uncultured like that. And a missing shock damage or litter robot. I think that it would be fine. I think that it would take that no problem. Any critiques of the V2? Plenty. Specifically, the links were one of my least favorite thing I've ever seen. The worst. Rod ends, new rod ends too. Not a big fan. Okay, we are going to do moving. Oh, 1 in Hawaii or 2 today? I mean, we're going to have at least 2 for sure. I would say the over-under is 2.5. And that depends on how many we play. So I would say over-under 2.5. Playing. VP also should be looking. Oh, the X-ray manuals are some of the best manuals. You know who else has amazing manuals? Is Techno. Techno's manuals are so good. Here's the play along code if you would want to do such a thing. Can we do Midwest, Southern Missouri? 1 in Hawaii, 4 in Georgia. They're always Georgia. West Columbia Dental with Spanish on the billboard. Columbia. This looks this looks Eastern. Doesn't it? Oh, it's probably in Texas. If my guess was to say. Like, you know, just taking a guess, just taking a guess. So Texas, is there anything to go on? It's Highway 36 in Texas. It looks very like coastal almost Texas, just with how green it is. So like, where's Corpus? That's Corpus Christi. So like, let's say up in this area, Victoria, Yoakum. Let's say by Yoakum. 80 miles. That's not bad. I'll take that one. It was further east, closer to the water. Yeah, that's reasonable. Oof, this looks like Ohio. Could be Georgia type. Any trees that are going to give us any sort of clue here? This is very anything. No no sports flags. I mean, it could be Texas again. Oops, accidentally resized. It could be Texas again. It just looks too green for most of Texas. But, you know, the suburb areas, things like that, it's all possible. Just still feel like we would have seen something representing Texas. Does Texas have front plates on their cars? This doesn't look. This is a no front plate state. Louisville. There we go. So let's just head to Louisville. Lexington, Louisville. I'm not going to try and get crazy. We're going to go a bit out in the suburbs. Damn it. It was up. Didn't I say Ohio too? Damn it. I should have looked more. Just Oak Grove. Can we be in Missouri? It kind of looks Missouri-ish. These lights don't look like, no, this doesn't look, this is not Missouri. I mean, unless it's St. Louis side, but that's not the Oak Grove that I know. Oh shit, look, we are in St. Louis. I would guess, just based on the shape of that arch. East or west? I'm going to say Union. I don't know that area specifically. Cars are too nice for Missouri. No, this is Missouri. This is, I don't think we're on the Illinois side. 314. That's St. Louis. You know how I know that? It's 314 RC Crawler, the company that I used to do the that's not Tim Thornton. He is St. Louis. So we're on the Missouri side, as you can see with the sign there. So we're not on the Illinois side. So St. Louis, I'm going to say we're in the Heights area. Not so well. Actually, we are on. What are we on? We on 70? I should just determine that real quick so that I can just nail that down, right? Let me find an entrance ramp. 70. Yep. Oh, wait, this is 270 on the exit. No, yeah, we're going to be 70. So that's going to be up here. 1,350 yards. Stay out of East St. Listen, I've had some good times in East St. Louis. The Soche Ballet. So 1,350 yards. That's pretty decent. I'll take it. Anytime it starts going down to the yards. We could be in Georgia now. Spindly stuff. Or we could be in like the Northeast. Pennsylvania, etc. Londonderry Drive. We're up in the Northeast. You don't get normal names like that. Squinty. Shut up. This feels Pennsylvania somewhere-esque. Londonderry Drive. Like they're proud of this goddamn name, I'll tell you that. I would get nothing done if I started playing that. There's old stone walls. Good way to determine if you're in the Northeast. We're gonna just drive in the man. Look at like these old stone wall. It's just I feel like we had this one before. I don't feel like I've been here before. I don't think I've ever heard of Londonderry Drive. Go up. We're somewhere fancy. I'll tell you that. I think this is fancy town. North Carolina, Rhode Island, New Jersey suggestions. Oh my God. See what I'm talking about? The HOA here, Barb is not happy with the color choice you made for the cool white lights on the outside of your garage. We're a warm white community, okay? Looks like a Home Depot. Damn it, there's just Connecticut. That I would lean towards believing that type of. God, Lord, this is Brian Sherwood's house right here. His old boat. He tests in this pond here. His wooden Chris Craft. Old church. Okay, I'm never gonna. Oh, we're in Dingletown. Dingletown. How could I forget? Dude, this. Okay. Well, I don't know exactly where we are, but Greenbow, Alabama. Okay. We're just gonna right in the corner of Dingle and Barry. Hartford. I'm guessing that Dingletown is not a large community that I'm going to easily be able to find. Watertown, New Milford, Trumbull. My God. I'm going to just say we're just going to kind of launch one in this area. Everything just looks so fancy and nice. It's got to be near 18 miles. I'll take that. That's good enough. 18 miles is reasonable. you're less than 100, it's not that bad. This looks Pacific Northwest. These houses definitely look Pacific Northwest. Seattle, Olympia type thing. College in San Bruno. I mean, unless we're, it just, this feels Northwest. Oh no, never mind. We got palm trees. We're California. Or are we Florida? Where the is this? That ain't Washington. I agree. Came around that corner and I think it's gonna be like 10 miles from me. No, these trees do not look like Northern California. Or, oops. Palms, willows, that exactly, right? Like the first we started, it was, and then these old back, like what is that? God, this is going to end up being in Sacramento. Get me out of this effing neighborhood. I need to get onto a street that is Northern Cali. Yeah, it's got to be, right? See, this looks Sacramento. You drop me here, I would tell you, Sac. Dude, this does look like Sac. Barstow? Could we be in Barstow? No, go back. No. I was trying to go back to that one with the cop. Damn it. Please don't. Can I get a phone number? I can at least identify California phone numbers. Colonio del Sol. This does not look like Barstow, but gotta find something here. Now I'm invested because I need to know what. It's funny, you don't see phone numbers as much on things as you used to. Guitar Center. Nobody calls play. Well, I mean, nobody wants to, businesses do not want you to call anymore. It's like perfect. It's a place that doesn't have an area code. 559. Where did I miss that? I totally missed the area code, I guess. Okay. 559. Yeah, that is. Fresno Autoplex. What a weird place Fresno is. Nicole and I got stuck there after the RC four-wheel drive West Coast Championship. Or Challenge. West Coast Challenge, whatever. Scale Challenge West. I don't know. I don't remember what the hell they called it. But I remember when that Barstow Ave, we were near that, and Del Mar. Do I see Del Mar? Cedar. Del Mar. We were in this area. 475 yards. When rodent of some sort chewed through the alternator wire in the Jeep. Still not gold. God, so close to gold, but still no. There's no Del Tacos in Modesto. I love this fact. That's amazing. I can't believe that we're that close to gold, but mad. No Hawaii. You're right. You're right. No. What kind of architecture we got going on here? I feel like that gutter is going to be ineffective. You don't see a ball diamond next to a cemetery that often. And the crowd goes mild. Oh, wow. This has got to be Northeast, right? Row style housing, like Philly, something like that. This feels dying to play. Field of Nightmares. Crowd's a little dead. We got some decent topography. Grill. Let's see if we can get any names. Looks kind of like Boston. Yeah, like Boston, Philly, Boston. I mean, all those places are the same up there, feeling like to me. Damn. That's Pennsylvania plates, right? That color? The white and blue or whatever, or I think, right? That's gotta be Pennsylvania. Philadelphia. It's gotta be like Philly, Harrisburg. $37 miles. That's fine. That's fine. Right in between Philly and Harrisburg. See? There you go. Oh, here's Hawaii. We got our first Hawaii. So it kind of looked like a base. Okay. So the big hill is to the northwest. I'm trying to see if we can get any. Look at that thing. That thing's sick. Can we get anywhere where we can see what? Can't get anywhere in this place, I guess. Let's see. Let's try it. We are like freaking locked in to this stupid neighborhood. Not want you to get out. I just want to see if I can see the water anywhere. That's not going to help me. Okay, let's just look southwest, southwest. So let's say southwest. Let's kind of say, I don't know, this one feels right. I could be wrong. It's too close to them. It's too close to the mountains. Be on Maui instead. Southwest. It was to the northwest. We're not populated enough there. Doesn't feel right. I'm going back to Hull. I'm just going to stay with my first one. Oh, look at that. 8.1 miles. That was a solid guess. Yeah, that makes sense. There, a little bit further. Okay. Look at the airplane. Yeah, I could have done it. Briarwood Boulevard. This, not having actual garages doesn't make me feel traditional Midwest. This has got to be a little further south. This is like Georgia or something. Just because like we're in a little bit warmer climate where garages aren't a must. You just got carports. So I'm thinking something, the old caddy. We see some 22s on the Escalade EXT over here. This is Tennessee. Yeah, it could be Tennessee. I can't really tell by the license plates where we are. Although they don't. Where do you put duals with a carport? It's a thing. It's a thing. Excuse me. Oak Forest, Briarwood. Lots of RVs. This is Christmas time. We're still pretty green. So makes me think less Tennessee. East Point, Purple Heart City. That doesn't ring a bell to me. Is East Point the name of a city? I'm guessing so. Big road narrows. Maybe we're north of Georgia, like Carolinas. It can't be New York, not with this little that little one line. Got an enforcement camera. There's not a lot of states with enforcement like this allowed. But Georgia is one of them. I don't think the Carolinas allow that, but maybe North Carolina. Fluorescent yellow, green on signs is pretty standard these days. Yeah. Let's see. Stone 6, 7, 8. 678 does not ring a bell as far as Georgia goes, but I mean, it could be. It could be Georgia. I just don't. Just everything looks Georgia. Automated enforcement, all that. It's got to be Georgia. I don't think North Carolina or South Carolina allow that in. It just doesn't feel Atlanta. Like Macon. No, I don't know. We're just gonna go Marietta. 21 miles. Yeah, Atlanta. It's always Atlanta. Don't scroll back past the camera too fast. GHP will pit maneuver you. I don't know why 678 did not ring a bell for Atlanta, though. That is a really funky streetlight. Not the fact that it's bent is just that, but like that is luminaire is actually what they usually call those. Is it just a one-off? No, there they are. Look at those. Weird. So split entry. I mean, this is the Midwest staple. Split entry, you know. This is half the places I was around growing up. 1-800. It's gonna be what's the trash? Did the trash can say anything? I didn't even look. Meridian. I think that's just a company. I doubt that's the name of the city. Split entry shit roads. Yeah. I mean, this could be Omaha. The only thing that's making me think not Omaha is I don't see like a Cornhusker flag on anybody's front porch. I don't see a sticker on the rear window of any cars. 314. We're back in St. Louis. We're on the nice side of St. Louis, though. Or nicer. Actually, it's being older like this. Let's go. Maybe more like St. Charles. Earth City is where a lot of the there's a lot of manufacturing and stuff in that area, or warehousing. This is going to be like a bit of an older area, like built in the 80s type. So I don't want to go too far out, but I don't want to go in the rough area. So we're just going to kind of pick a middle. 11 miles. Not bad. St. Charles would be 636. Well, you know. Okay. We're behind a waste management. Okay. What? Man, these are some weird townhomes. Oh, shit. We're in a dead end. No. Can I just click over there? Yes. Look at what kind of weird ass housing area are we in? We on a can't be on a base. That's the crack spot. 708. But it's on a truck, so you can't really count on it. God damn. Is that a C? No, is that a That's a Sienna, isn't it? That thing is that. Whew. But 708. 708 is Chicago? But again, it's on a truck. You can't really count on that. But this does look Chicago. Like this looks very Chicago. All of this does. Chirac, yeah. So I worked in Chicago for like 2 months in 2000. What would that have been? 2014? Oh, wait, no. I turned 30 there. So it would have been July of 13. That's when I worked there. What the hell does that say? My internet brain cannot read. I'm telling you, I'm not reading that right. I'm not pronouncing that out loud. Schlitz. Holy shit. Goose Island, I mean, we're Western Ave. Oncoming traffic has longer green. That is not an METC. 872 area code on the sign. 872. Oh, yeah. I'm gorditas. Yeah. Yikes. What is going on below that there? Like, that doesn't make any. What was that sign saying? Okay. I don't know. The Schlitz, call Top Dog. Where's all the Waffle House and say, look, parking in the rear? Yeah, this has got to be Chicago. It just looks so old school Chicago. So I'm going to say we're like kind of south side, but not too south side, because if you go too south side, it gets pretty rough. Blue Island. That's pretty south Chicago. Hey, let's go a little bit. Oh, it was a little bit further north. That's okay. 8.2 miles. That's not bad. East head of Chirac, near the. You were right. I mean, it was definitely more lake. Hey, we got gold that time. Yes. You know what? Dude, I don't know what the hell that was. About to hit late night Waffle House after this stream. Currently in Tucson. I love Waffle House. I love waffles in general, but Waffle House is excellent. 24,681 is our high score ever, and that was 24,197. Damn it. All right, I'm going to do one more before we call this. It is 9 o'clock already. The sus ant. Isn't Tia ant? I don't know. That was the restaurant has 4.5 stars on Yelp and Google. All right, one last one before I'm done. Open house. What in the world kind of ADA is that? That is not how you do ADA. In a new development? What are they doing? That's bizarre. 281. I don't know 281. Oh, wow. We just time traveled into when these houses were done. All Ooh, look at those trees. So, okay. So we're south. Texas, Georgia, somewhere like that. These houses look more Texas than Georgia, though, right? Ooh, Texas is just black and white plates, right? Georgia is not. That looks like a Texas plate, right? Okay. Texas. Houston? We thinking Houston? Let's say Houston. Let's say new side of Houston out in that way. I don't know. I don't know Houston very well. 20 miles. Where were we at? Further north and east. Jeez. Okay. This is nice. This is nice. Nice trucks, a little bit of property everyone's got going on. Private property. It's a weird path going back there. Victoria Pond. Just a local thing, though. We're going to head... Oh. Get a waffle for me. We're in the middle of nothing out here, man. Is this northeast? Does this feel... A personal roundabout. That's called a cul-de-sac, Chibs. This feels northeast. These barns, these silos, the fancy level that we're going to. No potholes. That's a good vote for not being northeast. Then I'm gonna go to Springfield to eat some waffles. Okay, maybe it's more southeast. That was a State Route 83, right? Or a Highway 83. Oh, what is that highway sign? I do not know that shape at all. St. Paul Catholic Church. I don't think that means that we're in Minnesota, though. Although it could be Minnesota. Like, again, we got like Willow and like just nothing makes sense. Was that a gentleman's club? Genesee Depot. Wisconsin? Could this be Wisconsin? I actually don't think I've never been to Wisconsin. Have I? No, I haven't. we're just going to say Wisconsin. Isn't Genesee up here? We're just going to say outskirts. That was a Wisconsin highway sign. No wonder I had never. Osha County. That doesn't help me because I can't see county names. I'm just going to throw it. No. Oh, 1.9 miles. What? I'm taking that. Up. Oof. Oh. This is. God, is this Arizona? Is this. I mean, it's not Oklahoma and it ain't Texas, not with hills like that. So Arizona, New Mexico, it's got, I mean, I guess it could possibly be West Texas, like Southwest Texas. Great result followed up by this. Dude, yeah, like if we're within 300 miles of this one, I'll be absolutely Julia Romero Drive. That's someone read a book or heard about a book, and they're like, yeah, that story, the old story about Julia Romero. They killed themselves or something. Yikes. Clovis or maybe Las Cruces. That, dude, I mean, it definitely feels, I mean, it's definitely Southwest. It's definitely that Gun Club Road. It's Texas. What in the world kind of cult place is this? Dude, what? Is that the Texas flag? That doesn't look like the Texas flag, does it though? I see the star, but is it? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, we're way West Texas then, right? I mean, with this and the mountains. Or do we have a Texas transplant who's just really trying to show off? Look at that compound. Can I go down this road? No. Damn it. Albuquerque, this does not look like Texas at all, but like it could just be somebody flying the Texas flag. But man. This is, yeah, I don't know, man. So, I mean, we could be down in like this area below. I'm gonna lean towards saying that we're in Texas. Clovis, somebody was saying Clovis, like this is that way. We're right there, right? Like all these little ass hokey roads. I'm gonna say Texas, and I'm gonna just throw one in here. Panhandle of Texas? No. Oh wait, well, kind of panhandle. I guess yeah. We're damn near panhandle. I'm just going with it. Yep, it was in Albuquerque, basically. Bah. Whoever said AB, yeah. Albuquerque. Yeah. Someone just really wanted to fly that freak flag, just going. Wow. Oh, Florida or Hawaii? I think we're in Florida, aren't we? Maybe. This looks Florida, right? The stick-on hood vent. That front fender is fitting mint, I'll say. That those body gaps are just dead on. Archbishop Colm Forest Lakes. No front plate. Does Florida run front plates? Because this is definitely a no front plate state. Florida Berry Farm. We are in Florida. I can smell the humidity in this photo. Forest Lakes has got to just be a Publix. We could have definitely figured out we were 305. Any popular isn't 305 in, is it Mr. 305? Is that Pitbull? Mr. 305. Right? So it's Southern Florida. Miami. Isn't that right? Mr. 305. Yeah, let's just throw it in Dadeland. Isn't Dadeland where the big shootout was back in the Dadeland Mall shooting, something like that? Forest Lake. It's definitely not Michigan. 9 miles. That's reasonable. Ooh, this is cool. Where? That's a late model, right? Dirt late model. Someone's got some toys. God. Okay, this is the Pacific Northwest. I'm could be Northern California. This could definitely as you see, yeah, exactly. I mean, this could be Nevada. I don't know. This feels kind of like, this feels like kind of Reno-ish. California. Nah, it's gotta be California, right? Street stock is what that was? Okay, this has got to be like East Bay area. I bet it's in the US. So lots of solar. Yeah, we're going to go Bay Area. Redding, I think it's too nice looking. I know Redding has some nice areas, but I think is this dead end? No, it does not. Old TT. Okay. I guess it could be a little further up north, like Redding, but ugh. All those hills in the background starting to make me feel like you might be right. I'm questioning myself. Oh, what am I? Morello Pine. It doesn't help me. I need this wide. We got to be. We're in the bay. We got to be in the bay. Martinez, yeah. San Jose. Stockton, Concord. So, yeah. San Jose, Stockton, Concord, all that. So, that Milpitas. Yeah, no. I'm going to say more. Yeah. No, it's not that area, obviously. Oh, it's way further north. Dang it. 43 miles. That's okay. That's okay. More north. Yeah, you knew. It definitely wasn't Stockton. It was way too nice. Missed my gold again. Could have had it if I got that one right. That's it. That's fine. That made me forget all about all of the things that I screwed up and have to figure out on my builder's kit. But I do have a lot to get done. But maybe instead I'm going to do some sim racing because I have a lot to get done this weekend. So therefore, I'm going to delay that until tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It was a fun night. After I got through all of my bullshit. But I appreciate all of you for joining. Thank you. Your cup is scary. It's just water. Oh, what's on my cup is, I'm sorry. Black Rifle Coffee Company. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We will see you later for more. Goodbye.